Hi there, it's Jenny from Quick Anime Recap. And today we're continuing the part 2 of the anime, Call of the Night. So sit tight and enjoy the video. The anime continues with Nazuna spending some time playing video game but gets angry at it as she kept getting stuck on a level. Getting bored, she decides to go out, but everyone she sees outside seems gloomy. By chance, she finds a cat under a bench and decides to play with it for a bit. But, she realizes the cat stinks and the smell got on her hands. Seeing she still have time left, she decides to go wash herself at a public bath. While taking a bath, she is annoyed that vampires don't have reflection, and she can't see herself. When her transceiver rings, Nazuna immediately runs out of the bath and meets with Ko, who notes that she looks different than usual. Hearing she took a bath, Ko states he wanted to take one as well, and Nazuna decides to go again as she wasn't able to finish her bath due to him calling her. After the bath, Ko is having variety of thoughts, and wonders if it's because of Nazuna's different hairstyle today. As he has a hard time focusing, he asks Nazuna to suck his blood, because it helps him calm any strong emotions and clear his head, and also assess his feelings. Being a bit more hungry, Nazuna ends up sucking a bit more than usual, causing Ko to feel dizzy and they looks for a place they can rest. But as they get in, Ko realizes is a place for couples and feels ashamed. Nazuna then asks him if he was able to assess his feelings, revealing that while she sucks his blood, she gets an idea of what he is thinking from the taste. Which Ko reveals that while his goal is to fall in love with her, he feels having such thoughts about a friend is immoral. Hearing this, Nazuna tells him that the emotions give variety to his blood, and by provoking his emotions, she gets to enjoy the taste of his blood more. Outside, Ko wonders about how many people had Nazuna sucked blood from. In that moment, Nazuna happens to see someone she had sucked blood before and tells Ko about it, who finds her quite insensitive. Realizing he is jealous, she tells him that she had sucked blood from women too, but now only from him. Which Ko guesses she is just pretending to sell naughty services to other people. Offended by this, she shows him that she worked as professional cuddler, which Ko still finds being naughty services. She then shows him a list of service she provide, where Ko orders a massage course. While getting a massage, Nazuna starts explaining about various pressure points and how helpful they are for his body. In the end, she gets ready to suck his blood, but the doorbell rings. She goes to check and see it's her usual customer, CaII Shirakawa. She asks Ko to answer, as she feels quite tiresome after massaging him. Ko opens and invites the client, explaining that the boss is resting at the moment. However, Ko is stunned to see Nazuna started playing video game. He gets annoyed and scolds Nazuna, wanting to tell the client to leave. Which Nazuna begs Ko to do the massage, and even offers him 2,000 yen. Adding to that, Nazuna also tells him that if he do it, she will reward him with another kiss. After waiting for a bit, Ko returns and states he will be doing her massage today. While giving her a massage, Ko explains that he stopped going to school because he enjoys the feeling of nighttime and wants to keep this feeling. CaII understands that feeling, and 10 years ago she felt the same way as well. CaII then reveals that she came here because she felt tired after dealing with her boss and colleagues and had to pretend to have fun. Which, she starts to cry, stating she can't take it anymore. However, her phone then rings and CaII knows it's her boss, and she needs to get back to the office. Realizing CaII is just like him, he gets serious and blocks the door, stating that she isn't leaving and will sleep here. Ko then calls for Nazuna help, she accepts and throws her out of the window. As CaII starts to think she will die, Ko and Nazuna comes and grabs her. On the ground, Ko apologizes for how they handled it, but he states she shouldn't do something that makes her cry. But as an adult, she have to put up with stuff, even if it makes her cry. While he indeed doesn't know about work and is naive, Ko start to walk in the middle of the street, saying that he doesn't want to give up on this. CaII joins him, recalling the feeling and finding it fun too. However, she can't keep doing it, as she have responsibility to take care, and needs to go to work, but hopes that he can become a vampire, wishing if she could be one too. Which Ko then declare that if he becomes a vampire, he will turn her too. As CaII leaves, Nazuna states that Ko made a pretty bold statement. The following night, Nazuna asks Ko to suggest something fun to do tonight. They end up going to a club that has a nighttime pool, but it is nothing like Ko had expected. While waiting for Nazuna to buy some drinks, he notices the people start staring at Nazuna, finding her quite attractive. In that moment, two guys try to hit on her, and as she talks with them, Ko gets jealous and pulls her away from them. Afterwards, Ko states he didn't like hearing what other people think of her. He also didn't like how casually other people tried to be friends with her. Feeling bad for him, Nazuna grabs him and flies him to a pool with no people, and they dive for the pool with their clothes on. After calming down, she apologizes for teasing him at the nighttime pool, and proceeds to enjoy her meal. The next night, Ko is out earlier and there are many people on the streets. In that moment, he happens to run into Kiyasumi, who wants to thank him for the other day and buys him a soft drink. Just as she left, it suddenly starts to rain and Ko runs to find cover. There, he sees a guy hitting on a girl, but she turns him down. The girl then spots him looking at her and approaches him, asking him what he thinks of her. Which he thinks that she is enjoying the night a bit too dangerous, after noticing she wears a school uniform. Misunderstanding his intent, she asks him if he wants a better look at her, but Ko apologizes and tries to explain he wasn't trying to stare. To which, she takes his drink and leaves, baiting Ko to follow her. Arriving at a secluded place, she suddenly hugs him and introduces herself as Sari Kikiyu. As she is just about to bite him, Nazuna appears and stops her, saying he is her prey. Sari then explains that she needs to make him a proper offspring, or else she needs to kill him. As she rushes at Ko again, Nazuna engages her in combat, letting Ko escape. However, another girl appears behind him and flies off with him. The girl takes Ko to a rooftop, where 3 more women are waiting. They then offer him to choose one of them, and the person will turn him into a vampire, because he is becoming a threat for knowing too much about them. The girls then start to introduce themselves, starting with Nico Hirata, Midori Kohakobi, Hatsuka Suzushiro, and Kabura Honda. After the introduction, Ko states he only wants Nazuna, which surprises them. Nico is surprised as they possess maximum popularity, while Nazuna fails at romance. So she tries her luck by seducing Ko to choose her instead, but is quickly shot down by Ko. Meanwhile, Sari tells Nazuna to stop playing with Ko if she does not intend to make offspring, but she replies she actually wants to, stunning her. Back to the group, Hatsuka reminds him that if he doesn't choose one of them, they will kill him. Nico also adds that if he has no intention of becoming a vampire, they can't allow him to keep seeing Nazuna. Confused, Ko states he actually wants to become a vampire, which surprises them. Ko explains that he plans to fall in love with Nazuna, which she overhears it when she arrives. Flustered, Nazuna tries to leave with Ko, but they stop her, wanting to know why she chooses to spend time with him. Which Ko explains is because she likes the taste of his blood and he wants to be a vampire. Surprised by the blunt answer, Nico laughs and states that's good enough for them. But notes that if they take too long, they will come for him. Ko confidently states it won't be a problem, as he intends to become a vampire no matter how many years it takes. Which suddenly the group stop, with a confused look on their faces. Nico then tells him that there is a 1-year time limit for becoming a vampire, otherwise you will never turn. Ko slowly turns towards Nazuna, who casually states she forgot about it. After a bit, Nazuna states they will leave, but seeing the girls having fun, she turns to Ko and repays Ko the kiss he was promised. As they leave, Ko states that Nazuna is quite unusual even for a vampire, but is glad that he met her. Afterwards, Ko shares about the time limit with Akira, who finds it bad. As she explains that if in a year he doesn't turn, he will be killed. Now realizing this, Ko starts to panic, wondering if he has only a year to live. In the morning, Akira heads to school, but is surprised to see her childhood friend, Mahiro Seiki, lying on the stairs. After she wakes him up, he apologizes and explains that he had been meeting a person he likes at night and ended up falling asleep on the stairs. Changing the topic, Mahiro wonders if Ko isn't coming to school lately and Akira confirms, which Mahiro hopes the 3 of them to spend time like they used to. After the class started, Akira recalls the time when she and Ko were having fun with Mahiro at the playground. As Ko is doing his usual walks at night, he bumps into Sari. As he attempts to run, Sari stops him, stating she heard he had some tasty blood and wonders how it tastes. The two then talk, and Ko explains that he doesn't know how to fall in love. Seeing an innocent middle schooler asking what is love, Sari gets super excited and could barely hold herself. She then gives him advices to properly date a girl. Following her advice, Ko goes to Nazuna's place and invites her to a date. At first she refuses and returns inside to play video games. But when Ko turns her game off, Nazuna annoyingly accepts it. However, the date went terribly, and while they are drinking at the cafe, Nazuna then sees the piece of paper CaII gave him and takes it. As she reads the list of ideas, she finds it lame and decides to head home. After gaming for a while, Nazuna starts to feel bad for Ko, and decide they should end their date properly. So she takes Ko and flies over the city, whereas then, Nazuna tells him to do what they always do as she finds it more fun that way, and she proceeds to suck his blood. The next night, while looking for Nazuna, Ko sees Mahiro with a group of people. He freezes for a moment, hoping he doesn't have to interact with him. However, just as Ko thinks he is safe, Mahiro turned back and talks with him. The two then go elsewhere where there are less people. Ko is surprised that Mahiro managed to recognize him after so much time, but Mahiro states it's natural as they are friends. Being told that he considers him as a good friend, it makes Ko super happy. As the two continues their conversation, Akira shows up, which Mahiro wonders if she is heading home, but Akira states he is actually going to school. Staying on the topic, Akira tells Mahiro that Ko is skipping school as he is fooling around with a girl at night too. This inadvertently encourages Mahiro, after Ko expressing his own friendship with Nazuna. Meanwhile, while Nazuna is looking for Ko, she sees Mahiro with a woman she seems to recognize. But she shrugs it off and proceed to hang out with Ko like they always do. Thanks for watching the video. Still want to watch more anime recap? Click the videos on the screen to watch more. And don't forget to subscribe to catch the latest upload. Bye!